The zombie Husky gave birth to a golden retriever son. The entire scene was already quite chaotic. Then, the golden retriever Husky awakened dual abilities. The first was shape-shifting, and the second was extremely rare. That's why Jinbao seized the opportunity to take over Duan Fei's role. Duan Fei had no choice but to let Jinbao handle the situation, saying, "I'll cover for you. Jinbao, you do it." At this moment, Jinbao was reportedly ready to attack, but the red light in his eyes was like blood. "Let's see who dares to call me a greyhound now." Because at this moment, Jinbao activated his ability and grew larger. Instantly, a pressure from his bloodline terrified the beasts. The two beasts, nearly 100 meters tall, immediately clashed. However, the beast, which was supposedly proud of its scales, used its defensive power to push Jinbao to the back, but it forgot that Jinbao had wings. Jinbao roared, "If I don't show my power, you think I'm a husky?" Faced with Jinbao's intimidation and sharp claws, it was reported that some cracks had begun to appear on the hard scales. At this moment, it was said that, seizing the opportunity, it used its tail to obstruct Jinbao's vision. Jinbao bared its sharp white teeth, and the stinging pain of the teeth digging into its flesh made it lose its composure. Just as it was about to retaliate, Jinbao's claws pinned it to the ground, its tail being forcibly torn off. The intense pain stimulated the giant lizard's nerves, and it was immediately forced to the ground by Jinbao. In the next instant, sparks flew from its claws. It became incredibly hot. Then, Qingdao's entire body was engulfed in flames, a crimson-orange golden light enveloping every hair of Jinbao's, and a burst of scorching energy erupted from its Adam's apple. Jinbao aimed its mouth at the scales that it was so proud of, and then erupted like a volcano, but the result startled Duan Fei. "Jinbao, you actually completed a double purification." As the thick black smoke in the deep pit dissipated, Jinbao returned to its original form, and the lizard beneath its feet was already 8/10 cooked. Duan Fei hadn't expected that Jinbao would not only awaken its transformation ability but also the rare supernatural power, Spark. Judging from the reportedly horrific state of the creature, the Spark's power was indeed explosive. Jinbao then carved an essence from the giant lizard's heart, gulped it down, and then Duan Fei approached. "Congratulations, Jinbao," he said. "For easier movement, you should transform into a puppy." Jinbao then activated its transformation, becoming its juvenile form. Duan Fei gestured for it to retract its wings. As a normal puppy, Jinbao was very obedient. It was hard to tell it was a zombie beast. However, at this moment, Duan Fei's Wujitanji sensed life energy nearby. Duan Fei's brain modeled the surrounding buildings, showing 3 humans fighting a zombie aggressor in the distance. "Jinbao, follow me and I will go provide support," Duan Fei thought, but hearing gunfire, he hesitated. Could it be the military again? Meanwhile, the rabbit on the airship connected to headquarters. The figure on the other end of the line asked in a deep voice, "How's the progress?" Sister Yun blushed. "We reported Jiang Duangxinyu's situation. We unexpectedly found another S-level Absolute Zero user, but he's not on the list." The white-haired man narrowed his eyes. "How can there be 2 Absolute Zeros? Xiao Yun, take her back to headquarters immediately. We were originally going to Qinchuan. Yes, the plan has to be put on hold for now. Xiao Tu, let's start our return journey. We're currently a short distance from Duan Fei." In an abandoned house not far away, a group of armed police were firing desperately, seemingly protecting something. But hundreds of zombies surged in, causing them to crumble at the first touch. "Chao Silong, why aren't you at headquarters protecting the commander? What are you doing here?" "I was out on a mission when Commander Guan intercepted me. He tampered with my car. And why are you here?" "There's no time to explain much. These scientists are the future of humanity. You take them and evacuate immediately. I'm here to hold off the zombies." De Jian was clearly prepared to sacrifice himself by saying this. However, a giant zombie suddenly burst into the abandoned house. The Great Sword immediately ordered a full evacuation, vowing to protect the scientist to the death. Leave this to me, that's an order, Chao Silong shouted. Everyone retreated, the scientist's guard immediately backing down, while the great sword, however, faced all the zombies alone. Come on, you bastards. Humans aren't to be trifled with. The visceral feeling of each punch excited the great sword. Chao Silong said, puzzled. Great sword, hold on. I'll come back to support you after I've secured the scientist. Just as Chao Silong turned to give orders, a figure was suddenly blasted into the wall by a zombie, the great sword's 206-bone body breaking in half. At this moment, the giant zombie unleashed its berserk power, suddenly blocking the escape route. Surprisingly, the scientist, seeing this, wasn't afraid, calmly taking notes in his hand. However, just as the zombie was about to kill the scientist, Chao Silong's pupils narrowed. A man and a dog forcefully pushed through the wall, cleaving the giant zombie's chest in one blow. 3 colors of energy merged into Duan Fei's body as the devouring skill was activated. This young man looks familiar, Chao Silong asked. Are you Duan Fei? Duan Fei frowned, becoming wary. How do you know my name? Chao Silong, looking at the lifeless giant zombie, was about to ask Duan Fei for help when Duan Fei interrupted him. First, state your commander's name. My name is Chao Silong, and our commander is Luo Yang. Commander Luo Yang learned of your plight and sent me to find you. The name Luo Yang instantly triggered memories of Duan Fei's past life. After the apocalypse, humanity was plunged into endless chaos. This commander named Luo Yang was like a savior in everyone's hearts. In the end, he used his remaining life to salvage the last piece of land for humanity, leaving behind hope. Luo Yang added, Commander Luo especially hopes to receive your help. But then, an unexpected thing happened. A bolt of lightning suddenly exploded in front of Duan Fei, and a hand holding the power of thunder came into everyone's view. He looked like the leader of this zombie, but he said his catchphrase, What the hell are you doing picking Ganoderma lucidum in the canyon again?